Hello viewers, today I am going to show modeling of a bicycle wheel using SolidWorks. We'll start our modeling from part, and to initiate our modeling from right plane, start sketching from center lines. Let us draw few more center lines. Let us put smart dimension to these lines. This one will be having distance of 150 mm and this distance will be 25 mm. If we see closely, the cross-sectional area of the tire is not a complete circle. It is little bit flat at the inner side. Initially, for making the tire, we have to make cross-section of the tire and that to be revolved with respect to one axis. Initially, we are trying to make the cross-section of the tire. So we'll start from here. Let's make semicircle. Let us provide smart dimension to this one as 22.5 mm. And at this end, we'll provide another section. And that can be provided with a curve 3-point arc. Let us provide smart dimension to this one as 1 mm. Done. Right. Next to that, we have to provide another section at this end. We can start with semicircle. We will not consider this one as a center. Little bit down we'll start our section. And also this one should be having a relation of tangent. We'll select both the lines and provide a relation of tangent. Done. And this part, circular section, should be added at this location. That can be initiated from the center itself. At this location, you have to provide a little bit of flat section. So we can provide these mirror entities at the right hand side. You can select that entities and that to be provided mirror with respect to that central axis. Done. You see the section completely. That top portion is completely circular and bottom portion is little bit of flat. Right? Okay, fine. Next to that, we have to revolve or rotate this one with respect to this central axis. Features, revolve boss base, and that will be revolved with respect to the central axis. It is done. Next to that, we have to provide some kind of color to the different sections to understand that it is consisting of 3 different sections. The outer section should be made out of matte rubber. Is provided, and the inner section can provide some different colors. Let us rotate a little bit and see. Let us select the inner section. Let us provide chocolate color to this section, and the intermediate section will provide some metallic color. Let us select the intermediate section. And we can provide this one as metallic color. Let us make this one with brushed chromium. Fine, it is done. So the outer periphery is done. Next to that, you have to provide the sprocket at the centermost position. Right. So for that, we will select front plane, normal to, and we will start sketching the sprocket. It will be started from sketch, and we have to provide 2 concentric circles of diameter 10 and 20 mm. Let us accept this one with green check, and that to be extruded from the middle plane with a depth of 80 mm. Extrude boss base, and that to be extruded from middle plane with a depth of 80 mm. It is extruded 80 mm from the middle plane. Let us accept this one with green check. Done. We can provide some different color for this section. Let us provide red color for this section. We'll select this part and provide color from here. Let us make this one red color. At the back side of this one, we have to provide the sprocket. So we'll select that back location of this part. Select, sketch. We also have to provide 2 concentric circles of diameter 10 and 60 mm. And again, another circle is needed at the top periphery with diameter 10 mm again. Then we can put smart dimension to this one as 10 mm. Now unwanted entities to be trimmed out, and next to that we have to provide circular pattern, right? So circular sketch pattern, select that axis as the center part, and next to that we want to select that object to be patterned. So entities to be patterned, are selecting from here. We want to make the patterns to be 15 numbers. Accepted with green check. So pattern is made, and the unwanted entities to be trimmed out. Finally, we can drag it out with power trim and cut the unwanted entities. Everything is cut. Accept this one with the green check, and that to be extruded backside with a depth of 5 mm. Let us rotate this one to see the direction of extrusion. We want to extrude this one backside with a depth of 5 mm. Features extrude boss base, the depth of 5 mm. Done. We can provide metallic color to this section. So we'll select this section and provide metallic color for appearance. It will be made up of brushed chromium. Done. Let us rotate this one, and we have to provide some concentric cycles at this location also, right? Let us select that plane, and again you have to draw 2 concentric cycles at this location with diameter 20 and 25. Let us point smart dimension to this one as 25 mm, the outer one. Accept this one with the green check, and that to be extruded. Features extrude boss base. We want to extrude this one in the front direction with a depth of 4 mm. Accept this one with green check. It is done. Again, on this periphery you have to draw another concentric cycles of diameter 20 and 22.5 mm. Let us point smart dimension to the outer one as 22.5 mm. Accept this one with green check, and that to be extruded in the front direction with a depth of 4 mm again. Features extrude boss base, and that to be extruded 4 mm again in the front direction. Accept this one with green check. It is done. Now here at this location you can provide some kind of fillet of radius 2 mm. Fillet radius is made. Now we can do one thing. We can color this one with a different color. Let us select this face, and you can provide smart color to this one as black. Accept this one with green check. Now this part we can make a mirror with respect to front plane, and that will be placed at the front location here, right? So we'll select mirror entities. The entities can be selected from the history itself. Mirror plane will be the front plane. Next to that we have to select that faces to be mirrored. You can select it from here. Accept this one with green check. You can see this mirror by rotating this mirror, right? Okay, fine. Okay, next to that, backside of this one also we have to provide some kind of attachment that will restrict the sprocket to move outside. Okay, so you can make one attachment at the extreme side. You can put circles of diameter 10 mm and 15 mm. Smart dimension to this one as 15 mm. Done. Accept this one with green check, and that to be extruded backside with the extrusion depth of 2 mm. You can see extrusion depth. Features extrude boss base, that to be extruded backside with a depth of 2 mm. Accept this one with green check, and you can provide color to this one as a red. Accept this one with green check. Same thing to be done at the other side also. You can select that face and sketch 2 concentric circles of diameter 10 mm and 15 mm. Let us provide smart dimension to this one as 15mm, and this one to be extruded in the front direction with a depth of 5mm. Accept this one to green check, and we can provide color to this one as black. Select that object, color to this one we can provide black. Accept this one. So our model is, the sprocket part is almost ready, and again on the sprocket side you have to do some kind of extra cut. So what we'll do is select that sprocket face and start sketching. We have to provide two concentric circles of diameter 30mm and another more than 60mm. Let us provide the smart dimension to the inner one as 30mm. Accept this one with green check. Now this one to be cut inside with a depth of 1mm. Features extrude cut. It will be in the back side with a depth of 1mm. Accept this one with green check. It is done. Now at this location we have to provide some kind of fillet of depth 1mm. It is done. Next one is very important. We have to provide the location for these sprockets. So we can select a different plane. We'll select top plane, normal to, and at this location you have to provide some kind of attachment where that sprocket should be attached. Right, so we'll select some rectangles at this location and that to be rotated with respect to the central axis. Sketch. You can start with central line. You can draw some rectangular part at this location, and the depth of this one will be 5mm, and the distance from this one to the central axis should be 20mm. We can have a rotation of this cross-section area with respect to the central axis. Let us accept this drawing and we want to revolve this one with respect to central axis. Features, revolve was base. Accept this one with green check. It is done. This is the object. Let us select that object and you can provide red color to this section. Accept this one with green check, and at this surface you can find some kind of fillet with a radius of 2.5mm. Accept this one with green check. Fillet is made. Again that color can be provided as red. Accept this one with green check. Now the same thing can be copied on the other side by using mirror entities. So starting with mirror, it is asking to select that mirror plane. It will be definitely the front plane. You can select front plane from here, and features to be mirrored. You can select that object is consisting of revolve 2 and fillet also. Accepted with green check. It is made. Fine. Next to that, very important section, that means you have to provide the sprocket that will be initiated from here and that will be landing at this periphery of this tire. Okay, right. So what we'll do is we have to start some 3D lines from here that will be connected at the periphery. Start with sketch and it will be initiated with 3D sketch. What we can do is we can provide a specific location at this periphery, and that location can be provided with a start point. Let us select any start point at this location, and the same thing can be provided at the periphery also here. Done. Now these two should be connected in the form of a line, right? Let's start sketching lines. Definitely it will be 3D line. So what we will do is we'll do two different lines and that should be connected. That will be initiated from here, right? Start with sketch, 3D sketch. Definitely it will be started with lines. And for changing the direction of this one, we can use the tab space. That will change the direction. You can go back side also, and front side also it will be moving a little bit. Exactly the same way you can provide the space at this location and we can join these two. It is joined and we can put some smart dimension to this one. Let us rotate a little bit and see that shape of this one. So we can do one thing. Inside distance we can provide a little bit less smart dimension, and this distance we can provide as 8 millimeter, and the external side you can provide a smart dimension of 5 millimeter. Accept this one, and at this location you can provide a fillet of 2 millimeter. Fillet of radius 2 millimeter at this location. Accept this one with green check. Done. And we want to provide a circular profile for this path. Exit from the sketch and you have to provide a plane perpendicular to this line, right? So starting from features, reference geometry and plane. Initially we will make a plane parallel to this line, and finally this will be perpendicular to this line. The plane is made which is perpendicular to this line, right? Fine. Accept this one with green check. Another thing is, for providing circular cross section we need not provide any geometry. By default we can provide the circular profile by using swept boss base to this path, right? So starting swept boss base, it will be a circular profile of diameter 2 millimeter. Let us select that path. That profile is made. Accept this one, green check. And at this location down we have to provide one hexagonal nut, right? So what we'll do is, that's why we created that plane, to provide the hexagonal nut, right? Starting with sketch, and it will be initiated with polygon. We have to provide a polygon at this location. Let's draw it at this plane. Plane should be plane number 1. Let us provide smart dimension to this one as 2 millimeter, and that to be accepted with green check. And finally we have to have an extrusion of this one with a depth of 5 millimeter. Features, extrude boss base with a depth of 5 millimeter in the front direction. Accept this one with green check. Done. Now we can provide color to this one as black. Let us select all that profile, and you can provide color to this one as black. Accept this one with green check. Done. This profile we can make it metallic. So we'll select this part and make this one made up of chromium. Done. Right. Let us hide this plane and let us rotate this one and see the inside part of this one, right? So here at this location also you have to provide some kind of nut. Let us select that plane and we can sketch some circle, and the smart dimension to this circular profile will be 3 mm. Accept this one with green check, and that to be extruded backside. Features, extrude boss base. This will be backside and it will be facing the back surface. Accept this one with green check. Done. Now we can put some kind of fillet at this location. Our fillet radius to be 1 mm. It is done. Okay, fine. Next one, we have to provide a circular pattern of these whole entities with respect to the central axis, right? So circular pattern, we have to select that axis and we want to select that whole sprocket together with that inner side also, and that star portion of this one also to be selected. Let's make this one as 25 numbers. Green check. It is done. Let us rotate and see. The same thing to be done at the back side also by using mirror entities, right? So starting with mirror, and mirror plane definitely should be front plane. And just to mirror, we have to select all these patterns. Accept this one with the green check. This is done. Next to that, we have to provide some kind of rough surface at the periphery of this tire that is needed to provide some kind of more friction at this top periphery of this tire, right? For that, we have to select one specific plane on the surface of this tire and we have to provide some kind of rough edges. Let us select top plane. Now we want to create one plane which will be lying inside this tire, right? So we can select one plane. Let us make it at a distance of 190 mm from the top plane. The plane is made. Now on that plane you have to draw some profile and that to be extruded. Start sketching from center lines. Now let us provide some kind of profile on this tire surface. Let us provide smart dimension to this one as 10 mm. And this one should be 5 mm. And we can have a distance in between them to be 15 mm. We can join these different sketches with spline. And we can put some kind of curved faces on these planes. Again, backside also we can do the same thing. The distance in between them is 15, is very high. Let us make this distance to be a bit less. Let us make the distance to be 8 mm. Next we have to provide a mirror on the other side on the same sketch. Mirror entities. This line will be acting as the mirror, and entities to be mirrored. Let us select that object. Object is selected. Now with respect to that mirror line, the central axis, the mirror object is done. On the same object, you can move a little bit linearly in the x direction by using linear sketch pattern. along x-axis, we can move this one with a specific distance of 8 millimeter, right? So we can select that object to be patterned. This is the object. The distance we want to be 16 millimeter. Accept this one with a green check. Now the thing is, this mirror entities to be eliminated. We don't want this mirror to be existing. We want to delete this mirror, right? Accept this one with the green check, right? The same sketch to be extruded in the upward direction with a specific depth. Let us rotate this one and see how much to be extruded. This profile we have made inside this tire, and that to be extruded in the upward direction, right? So we'll extrude this one, features, extrude boss base, and to see the extrusion depth, we can have a view from front plane, that to be extruded with a depth of 15 mm, and we can cut it later on as per our requirement. This is made. Now we can rotate this one and see how these profiles are made. Now this profile is actually flat on the surface. We have to cut this profile in a specific manner, right? You can select right plane and we have to cut this profile in a specific manner, right? So what we'll do is start sketching center lines. Let us provide some kind of lines. The profile is made. Now we can cut some unwanted entities. That means the outer face you can cut. Features, revolve cut, and that we cut with respect to the central axis here. Accept this one with green check. You can see this is the profile we made, right? Okay, we can put some color to this one. Select that entities and we can put some color to this one. It will be made up of rubber definitely. So we'll provide this one with matte rubber. Done. We can put some kind of fillet at this location. Select these places and put some fillet. Fillet radius to be 1 millimeter. Backside also you can make fillet. Fillets are made. We can put color to this fillet part also. It will be made up with matte rubber. Done. Plane is not needed. We can hide this plane. Next one, we have to make circle pattern of these rough surfaces on this periphery, right? So we'll select circular pattern, and the axis should be the center part, and features and faces to be selected from the history itself. And instead of 25 numbers, we can make this pattern to be made up of more numbers. Let us make this pattern to be made up of 40 numbers. It is done. You can see right now. You can rotate and see in a better way. So the profile you can make as per our recommend, right? This is the tire. This is a very simple one. Okay. And this is all about our today's video. This was a simple modeling of a bicycle wheel using SolidWorks. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you again. Bye.